Update the score pad and tally up the subtotals for rounds 1 through 5 because this will determine who gets any extra cards for round 6, if there are any. Sally will deal round 6. Round 6 gameplay is very different than all previous rounds. Previous rounds were trick-taking rounds, but round 6 is a card-stacking round. Sally looks at the quick reference card for round 6 and rolls the number die. She rolls a 6, so she announces that each center pile must begin with a 6. She also announces that Crud is not being the first one out of cards. The round objective is to be the first player out of cards. The first person to play all of their cards will get 0 points, and everyone else will get 50 points or more each. Sally gathers up all of the cards, including any extra cards that may have been set aside on previous rounds. All 54 cards must be used for round 6. Note, if there are 7 to 12 players, you should use both decks for a total of 108 cards. Sally shuffles the cards and deals them all out. If there are any extra cards, they go to the players with the lowest score. In this situation, John and Heather have the lowest scores, so they each get an extra card. This round is played more like Solitaire, where you can only have 6 piles in the middle, 1 for each suit. Each pile must start with a 6, as shown on the number die. Players stack additional cards of the same suit in sequence, or they can start a new pile with a 6 of a different suit. John begins the round, but he can't play because you can't begin a pile in the middle unless it is a 6, as shown on the number die. John says pass, and it is now Heather's turn. Heather has 2 6s she could start with, but because she has several purple cards that she needs to get rid of, she starts a pile with a purple 6. Bob doesn't have a purple 7, but he does have 3 different 6s. He decides to start a new pile with a blue 6. Sally could start a new pile with a black 6, but it would be wiser to play her blue 7 because she has more blue cards she needs to get rid of. It's John's turn again, but he doesn't have any 6s, and he doesn't have a blue 8 or a purple 7, so he has to say pass again. Gameplay continues in this manner until one person plays all of their cards. When a 9 is in the middle, the only card that can be played on it is a 1 of the same suit. Heather can play the red 1 on her turn. Also note that if you are playing with 2 decks, each pile will roll over twice because there are 2 of each card. Bob was the first one out of cards, so Bob gets 0 points. The remaining players continue until everyone is out of cards. John is out next, so he gets 50 points. Sally is next, so she gets 60 points, and Heather is the last one out of cards, so she gets 70 points. The game is now over, and the person with the lowest score wins. And that is how you play Oh Crud, the card and dice game.